Hi, David, good to see you again. I know we're both excited to talk about P3, and I think P3 is one of the more exciting features within the Be Connected platform that's going to help people, especially those friends of ours that are in the MLM world. So thanks for jumping on here, David. Appreciate it.
It stands for Professional Presentation Platform. That's what P3 actually stands for. And I'm super excited because it's basically a world's first.
And it's the first, you're the expert in this, but from my understanding, it's the first system which will automatically assign the right affiliate or MLM tag or code to a master presentation. So if I am an affiliate or if I'm a part of an organization and I have 30 people that I invite, you have 30 people that you invite, and we all bring them to a presentation, somebody presents in our organization, and then my people sign up, your people sign up, it automatically knows which are my people and gives me credit for it. It automatically knows which of your people signed up and gives them credit for it as well. Is that accurate? Would you add anything to that in terms of how it works?
In a nutshell, that's right. I'll explain it a little bit easier here. First of all, it's patent pending too. We don't want to leave that out. It's patent pending. But here's how it works. So usually in the direct sales world or affiliate world, you have an expert.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the field maybe they're new, they just signed up, or they're not very good at presenting. So you have this expert that will present, whether that's from the company. It goes two ways. The company will do their own presentations, or sometimes the top leaders will branch out and do their own presentations as well. Now what happens is you have a lot of reps out there, and they're bringing people to watch the presentation because ultimately they want the expert to do the telling, the selling, the explaining for them. The problem has been, everybody's done this for years and years and years. Literally, direct sales lives off of this kind of presentation. But the problem always was, no matter how good the presenter is, the problem was they can never close because everybody wants credit for their sign up or buying a product. So the presenter had to say the dreaded words, get back to the person that sent you here. Mm-hmm. And conversions usually drop like a rock because a lot of these people, these marketers, they would market in several ways in this industry. They'll run like what's called solo ads or down like email lists. They'll post it on like their social media accounts. Sometimes they'll have their own list of email. So when someone says, get back to the person that sent you here, a lot of them have no clue who even showed up, let alone to get back to them. And so conversions always drop like a rock on a live presentation. So P3 is really a game changer because now it allows the expert to actually close and say, click that button, sign up now, click that button, buy the product now, knowing that every rep is going to get credit for their sign up or for their sale.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that no one has come in and addressed this sooner. You and I both come from the marketing world, me specifically in the digital marketing world. I could not imagine working for a company where we're running ads to a cold audience. We do all this work to get them to our landing page. That person goes through their journey and is ready to sign up. And then right when they're ready to buy whatever that product is, we say, now go to another completely different website and continue your journey there. Conversions are, of course, going to drop like a rock. We want to, in the marketing world, streamline things and make it as simple as possible. And it seems like the P3 system really enables that in a way that no one else has really nailed yet.
Here's where it gets even worse, in my opinion. Not only does it say I'm a presenter and I got someone that's really hot right now. They got their credit card out, they're ready to buy my product, they're ready to sign up. And they just stumbled upon this. They don't even remember how they got the link. And the person doesn't give them a way to sign up at the end or a way to buy the product because they say get back to the person. And then they don't know the person. So now they're out there trying to Google somebody or find anybody to join or to buy the product. And so you have basically like these kind of orphans that are out there on every webinar. That's not good for the company. That's not good for anybody. And that happens all the time when you do that. So by using the P3 system and literally being able to say, sign up right now, and that person gets credit, number one, the rep is super happy because he's not doing any of that heavy lifting. He's just saying, look, I made a commission, I made a sale. They're super excited. The person that was on is super excited because That's the whole point of the meeting, is getting excited about something, and they're ready to take action right now. So to your point, why would you ever want to stop that action?
Mhm.
I'm ready to go. I got my credit card out. I'm ready to join. I'm ready to buy. And it's like, stop. Hopefully you find the person that sent you here. And then what if you email them or call them and they don't pick up right away? You know what happens? That starts, it's like the Antarctica. It starts to chill real fast. That person that was super excited, the longer that goes, every hour that goes by, the more they cool off. And you had a potential rep or a sale and you just lost it. As an affiliate, we'll find out about P3. I mean, I don't know if this is one of the biggest things to rock that industry that I've ever seen. And I've been in that industry for 30 years.
Yeah, in the marketing world, we call that the buying state. When I'm in the buying state, it's a temporary, short window of time where I'm ready to make that purchase. 3 hours from now, when I've got my wife or kids or what, bills that I'm trying to pay or whatnot, I'm completely out of that mindset, and you've lost that opportunity. You have to do all of that work again. So you're absolutely right there. And I mean, even if you just tried to quantify that in a small way, even if we conservatively said 1 out of every 10 people that would have signed up don't sign up, the amount of opportunity lost of 10%, and let's say you do that once a week, you would be getting 10% more business week on week that compounds every single week. I mean, by the time that you extrapolate that out to 52 weeks in 1 year, what about 3 years, 5 years? You're talking about potentially tens of millions of dollars just off of opportunity lost by not striking while the iron's hot when they're in that buying state. And that's what P3 really solves. Going to like how it works though, I mean, there's some real sophisticated technology that goes into this. That's why it's patent pending. That's why it's been such a tough nut for anybody to crack, and why Be Connected put so much effort into making sure that they were able to get this done. How would you explain how that works in kind of layman's terms then, David, if you had to explain to somebody that's watching this for the first time?
So how it works is actually easy on the user's end. As you know, under the roof, it's kind of like you can get in a car and drive it. You don't have to know how the engine works, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to rip it apart and put it back together. But basically it works like this. Someone's having a webinar, and usually every company has a username or an ID built into their website. So it's mywebsite.com/username or mywebsite.com/ID, right? And so what would happen is they would come into Be Connected, and they're going to take that username and they're going to put it in, and then Be Connected is just going to give them an invite code. So that's their invite code. They just invite them just like they would invite any other webinar. It's just a link. They're already used to sharing that. They just took one extra step before sharing the link by putting their ID in. Now, whoever is setting up the webinar, there's a toggle that says activate P3. And we could do that. We have 3 things on the side. They could do it for 1, 2, or all 3 buttons. They just toggle it on, and then they will put in a website with a little piece of code, like a replacement code, that adds that person's user ID in it. And it's very simple. Like you said, it can be very complex and all the coding and whatnot under the hood, but for a user that's creating the webinar and for a user that's actually trying just to invite people, it's very simple. There's no technical, I mean, a grandma could do it, right? It's great. And so, yeah, we've really nailed that thing to make it easy too. But it's the same activity. If I'm in a company and they say, hey, there's a webinar at 8 p.m. tonight, what am I going to do? I'm going to grab a link and I'm going to send it out to everybody, just like I did before. Except we just take one extra step and I put my username in. That's it. I'm going to get my own invite code. And what's great is that invite code is mine. It's not anyone else has that invite code. And then that's another reason our system knows it, because each one is individual. But you could have 100 reps or 500 reps, and it's not going to bog down the system. It could do codes for all those reps. So it can handle massive teams over here as well, which is exactly what's going to happen to your team if you start using this.
Benefit from it for an individual is a couple of things. One is I can strike while the iron's hot and while my prospect is in that sort of buying state. 2 is it sounds like I can rest assured knowing that all of my reps are going to be attributed back to me when all is said and done. Those are really powerful things to have in this market, especially kind of with the current climate of how they've been doing things in the past. From the company perspective, why would a company want to do P3 if they're currently, they've been doing things for 30, 40, 50 years a certain way of get back to the person that, brought you here type of thing? What are some of the benefits for an organization to get on this P3 system as well?
I would answer that question like this. Years ago, people said, I don't need a www. Now, the internet's not going in.
Yeah.
So thinking in old technology, it's like, do you still want to hold an iPhone 4 or do you want an i15 Pro? I mean, who wants to hang on to old tech? But the fact is I don't know any company out there that doesn't value conversions. I mean, that would be the craziest thing in the world to say, I'm just going to keep doing it the old way, let the conversions just drop like a rock. I mean, I don't know any smart owner or any rep or anybody that wants to see that happen. But I want to bring up one more thing that people haven't even thought about. So for example, a lot of these companies have products and they also want to sell to customers. So all their reps, so let's say they're demoing something. Let's say it's a skincare company. And so one thing that's cool is Be Connected. You can brand our platform, and on the side you can have 3 pictures. So for example, you can maybe say, hey, I'm demoing product 1. Maybe it's a skincare cream and someone's doing a demo of it. And then they could say, go buy the product right now, not just getting signups, because all those IDs in the product also have affiliate ID codes in there. So those could be swapped out to go with individual products. So they can basically feature 3 products, and literally someone could demo products almost like a virtual QVC, and all the reps can just invite customers to come watch the demos. And literally that person could be like, if you want to buy this, hit the button 1. If you want to buy this product, hit button 2, hit button 3. And now what it does is it also takes the organization and allows them to get massive customer sales, not just reps signing up reps, but literally getting massive customer sales done right. And that's really a game changer, because all these companies want to be in compliance. They need customers, and they want customers, and all that's volume for all the reps in the company anyway. But to be able to add, to add everybody's username to actual products as well, not just the sign up button, P3 also does that. And when you understand this at a high level, like I've been doing this 30 years with direct sales, it's absolutely crazy to me. It's literally the biggest thing I've seen to rock this industry. And a lot doesn't really rock the industry too often, but this does. And anybody out there trying to build a team or make sales, you got to get P3. Bottom line.
Yeah, like we were talking about, if from an individual basis, if I were to pick up 10% more people that I wouldn't have got because of that attrition of get back to the person that brought you here, and that leaky funnel sort of. At the macro level, at the company level, what's 10% times all of your reps? Now we're talking about real significant, just like you said. I mean, there's massive amounts of attrition going on because they have a less than optimal funnel. And P3 is the solution to bridge that gap and really making sure that you're taking advantage of everybody that you bring to the table while they're in that buying state. And P3 is patent pending. Be Connected is the only place that you can get access to this technology. For the people that are watching, how can they take advantage of it? Let's say they don't have a Be Connected account or any of that type of stuff. What does an individual need to do, or what does a company need to do in order to start using this right now and start capturing more people?
To utilize the P3 as a company or as a rep to actually, be the administrator of it, you got to come in at least our platinum level to get in and to activate the P3. Now, all of your reps, they don't need a Be Connected account. They can come to the webinar just like you're sending them to any other webinar. So don't think, I don't want to get, there's some confusion there. No, you're going to have a link. They could just show up on the link just like any other link. But the person that's running that account that wants to have P3 engaged, they got to come and Be Connected and have at least our platinum level account, which is worth it because you get so much more. We have videos that talk about our groups and course creation and all the other tools that we have involved. So I encourage anybody watching that to go to our website and see everything you get at Platinum. It's a lot more than just the live streaming. It's a lot more than just P3. But I don't know anybody in the industry that wouldn't want that tool. I mean, that's one of the most valuable tools that you can have in the direct selling industry.
So, in any kind of last final words, I mean, we are both excited about this. I know you come from the MLM world and you come from this space, and I can see how you're excited about this. As I learn more about this, I realize what a game changer, an absolute game changer this is. Sort of final words, final thoughts on P3 or kind of where this is going, or advice to anybody that's watching this now?
Big word I'm going to throw out to everybody before I close is duplication. In that world, you want to mass duplicate. The easier you make it to duplicate, the easier it is to duplicate. Sounds like a tongue twister. But by helping your reps by closing, it's the reason you do webinars. So why would you want to stop before you can actually get to the close? Doesn't make any sense. So P3 makes a lot of sense if you're watching this. So now you can close and your reps will thank you for it because they are looking for that to happen. That's why they're inviting people to a webinar. So this takes out that piece where all the conversions are lost and you can start converting a lot more with Be Connected.
And I think in closing, this is just one of those big inflection point moments like the internet was. And if we go back to the marketing world, you used to do all of your marketing on TV, print, radio, yellow pages, billboards, but you couldn't track exactly what sales came from where or any of that type of stuff. And then along comes the internet. And now with tagging and cookies and UTM codes, you know exactly where all of your sales are coming from, down to the penny, so that you have much more visibility into things. So that conversion attribution that the internet and online advertising provided is similar to, I think, the big innovation or aha moment now. And I think a lot of people have shifted completely onto digital. No one's going to go back to exclusively just running ads only on billboards anymore. You just can't do that as we film this today in 2024. I think once people get a taste of P3, this is going to be one of those inflection points where people are not going to go back to the way things were once they see how easy it is and how they can automatically attribute all of those conversions with way less attrition. I think it's that big of a game changer.